What's up, y'all? Kofi Kingston here, and I would love to have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks, depending on what that drink is, preferably non-alcoholic, you know?
How's it going? I'm the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus.
Wardlow here.
Soda.
I would love to have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks.
I would love to have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks.
Maple syrup.
I would never have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks.
Welcome to my birthday! And welcome to the dive bar of the IWC for a brand new episode 1. Again! It's time for a drink with your drinking buddies right here at Wrestling on the Rocks, where every show is our first show and every day is my birthday! And now, here's your host, the coercive Miss Amanda Jane.
Oh, thanks, Marv. Happy birthday as usual. So, here's a question for you, Marv. If there's 2 episodes ones in a week, you have 2 birthdays?
No.
No?
Every day.
Oh! Every day. Okay. All right. Okay. Got it. I don't know what every day means, I guess. Well, welcome to another episode 1 of Wrestling on the Rocks. I'm Ms. Amanda Jane. And of course, we have Marv and his birthday, but we've got the gang here. I've got Rev Marsh, and then I have the, I'd say probably, he and I have been seeing eye to eye on a lot of things lately. We have Bishop here with TW Takes Podcast. How's it going, guys?
It's been a shock turn.
Going good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah. No, you're always welcome. Always welcome. Yeah. There's always drinks in the dive bar. I have a really dive bar-y look today. Yeah. I'm waiting for someone to come and order PBR. But yes. Marsh, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing all right.
Yeah. You must be.
I got a trip this weekend. I'm going to be in San Diego. So, anyone's out there want to buy me a drink, let me know.
Oh. Well, I'll be in kind of your old neck of the woods-ish next weekend. Wonder why? For Halloween.
You want to see Ricky lose that belt?
No, I do not. We do not need Trick with the 3rd title, okay? Yeah, thank God Trick and A is over. God, that was awful. But anyways, so I digress. But yes, so before we go on, let's play our favorite game of What's in Your Glass. So, Bishop, what's in your glass?
A little bit of a square right now, just doing some water. Cheers. I was doing some day drinking earlier, so we'll see if I level out. Then I'll maybe pour something later.
There you go.
Just riding the high.
Yep. But friends, remember, it's not what you drink, it's who you're drinking with.
That's right.
So, Marsh, tell me you have alcohol. I know you.
I got a little sweet tea with a little whiskey.
Woo!
Little North Carolina sweet tea, I call it.
Oh, there you go. There you go. I want to make moonshine. But anyway, it's probably going to be the most horrible thing, or it's going to be amazing. I don't know. But
I mean, if you make it, there's a really good chance it's not amazing.
True.
Right.
It's not something you're skilled in.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yes, but I've got my good old Bucky's cup with Chick-fil-A cherry berry Sunjoy in here. Topped it with a little Cheetos action. Mini bottles. Shout out. So I've got that, and also my normal soda. So yeah, it's all good in the hood. Oh my God. There's lots of stuff to kind of dissect, but we haven't been on. So there's a lot of birthdays of people who are kind of important.
Oh yeah. You got to get them birthdays done so we can talk about some of this crazy shit.
Oh yeah. Let's do it right now. Let's do it. All right. So a lot of great birthdays. Ilya Dragunov.
Nice.
Happy birthday. Honestly, like, what are they doing with him?
I think he's still rehabbing.
I thought he was done rehabbing.
I mean, I guess it's my only assumption, because why would you keep that guy off TV this long if he's not?
That's true. He's so good. So fucking good. Speaking of people who are really fucking good, happy birthday to Jay White.
Wow.
I'm sorry fucking Tony Khan ruined your fucking career post New Japan. I get it. You went where the money is. But you know what? It happens. Mance Warner, happy birthday. Good old Mancer. Speaking of Tony Khan, happy birthday. I'm sure his face was buried in a pile of snow and regret. Then if he were live, tears in our beers, and shout out up top to Dusty Rhodes. So happy birthday. Rhea Bloody Ripley. She celebrated her birthday in Perth. So happy birthday. Fucking Ricochet, the bald guy. Happy birthday. Still don't need a microphone in your hand. And apparently his old lady is going to be doing some ring announcing for AEW. Tis the rumor, but we'll get back into that later. Taz.
They've been doing that for a long time, so
yeah, I know, but
do
now
it or move on.
But Taz had some major surgery, so get well. Happy birthday. Let's see here. A new favorite of mine is Miss Tyra May Steele. Happy birthday, because Libras rule. Karen Jarrett, happy birthday. Billy Starks with a Z, not an S. Don Callis. He has so many people in that family now. I wonder what they got him for his birthday. Who knows?
Cool.
Let's see here. We've got, I don't even know who that person is. Shaw Guerrero. Happy birthday. Stacy Keebler. Tama Tonga. I'm glad he's back. It's creepy looking at Jeff Cobb with face paint on, but happy birthday. Teton, happy birthday. Happy birthday to the wrestler formerly known as Fuego del Sol. KJ, happy birthday. He's going to be turning 30. Let's see. Kenny Omega celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday, Kenny. Missy Hyatt, happy birthday. Zaya Brookside, happy birthday. Let's see who else I've got. Simon Gotch, happy birthday. He shares a birthday with me. Mine is Saturday.
Happy birthday!
Yay! Hint, hint. My Venmo is at Ms. Amanda Jane. So you could technically be helping a girl get the NXT Halloween Havoc shirt. or that $100 signed poster.
Yeah, those are cool.
Those are cool. I'm gonna get another one. This time I'm gonna actually bring inside the venue my damn poster tube and not forget it in the hotel. So we got that. So
You know what you can also grab that are really good for those, because sometimes they don't let you in with shit they can't see into or whatever, see through. The umbrella bags, those clear ones where you can put your umbrella in when it's raining.
Brawly bags. Okay.
Yep.
I don't
grab one of those and they let you in with it.
I'll have to take. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that. I like that. Tony Storm, happy birthday to her. Chavo Guerrero, happy birthday. A lot of wrestlers. Arez, happy birthday. Another one, if you know he was with us, Scott Hall. I loved Razor Ramon when I was a kid. Technically, he's WWE like affiliated. I almost said gang affiliated. Snoop Dogg.
Oh, yeah,
my nizzle. Let's see here. Aerostar, happy birthday. I don't know who you are. D'Lo Brown, happy birthday. Who is this? Oh, another one. Two fucking badass women. First one, Taya Valkyrie, happy birthday. And then the other badass woman. Well, actually, no, there's 3 in a row. Shit. Carmella, happy birthday. And then Lyra Valkyria, happy birthday. And let me see. And those are it. So happy birthday to you all. And even me.
Yep. Especially you.
Especially me. And apparently any day now I should be getting the Ricky Saints the card for him winning the belt, the NXT championship.
There you go.
Fingers crossed I get some kind of variant, because I really do think that he's like, if you see this name, you have to give her some kind of variant or I'll never hear the end of it.
We'll see.
But that didn't happen for the fucking Darby. But you know, just saying. Just saying. Because I did get one the last time. So I got 5. I thought maybe I should get more to try, but then I'm like, no, just get 5. If you get one, you get one. If you don't, you don't. No. But I probably, if I don't get one, I'll probably buy one off of eBay. A reasonable one. But shit, if I got the one that he signed, oh shit. Oh yeah. I will never tell anybody. I don't even think I'll tell you guys.
You tell us immediately.
Well, I tell you guys, yeah, but not the listening public. No, because like they could find me, you know, and stalk me and whatnot.
You're the only one that loves Ricky that much.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna stalk you for a Ricky autograph card.
Weirdos.
That's you.
I know.
You are the weirdo.
I am the weirdo, I guess. No. Oh yeah, that's another thing too. Yeah, tomorrow celebrates his 14th year of wrestling. So good on you, dude. Who would have known? Who would have known the guy that used to have a spot that he dropped his trowel for 14 years?
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad. Sad that I've known him 8 of the 14.
Well,
yeah.
You don't like jobbers, so took him a while.
Yeah. So it happens. It happens. But yeah, so God, lots of wrestling going on. Pay-per-views.
So let's go through this real quick.
Yeah.
I went and saw The Smashing Machine, The Rock's new movie.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you guys have seen any of it or even clips of it.
I've seen clips of it.
Yeah, I've seen the trailer stuff, the critics cut of the, you know, how they commentate how good the movie was, but that's it. I haven't had a chance to see it yet.
Yeah, no, I haven't either.
So, strangely, I feel like it's a movie that suffered from, I can't tell how much sway anybody had, obviously, right? Like we weren't in those rooms. Yeah. But I can say that the director failed completely. Like, this was a movie about nothing, that goes nowhere, that has scenes where just nothing is happening at all. This could have been a 30-minute episode of something.
Oh,
And then the real bummer of it is that all of the performances were so fucking good.
Wow.
You know, everyone did a really, really good job, and every performance you saw was so good. And just like I'm not surprised people are talking award nominations, at least, regardless of like win or lose. Like the idea of these people being recognized for their parts makes a lot of sense. But the movie is about nothing. And it's so weird. There was an hour that could just disappear and it wouldn't change anything. Like they even left stuff on the table that made you go, well, why'd you bring it up? You know what I mean? Like there was no, this isn't like Sopranos ending where people go, what could it mean? This was like kind of blatant stuff going, well, wait, what's that? And then they just never go back. And you go, well, this isn't a what could that mean instance. This is a what are you talking about instance, right? And I would say that largely the biggest bummer, I think, I think Kerr's going to make a lot of money on it because they put him in it and gave him a couple lines, which means he can get paid by SAG and stuff. So he can get residuals. So this felt like they did him a big favor to get him some money, but it didn't feel like they did the actors a favor and put together a great film. This was also largely B-roll. There was a solid 40 minutes of just like quiet shots of nothing happening. That's just B-roll footage that you're like, oh, this could have been put anywhere. And it's almost like they just had so much that they're like, well, just put it here together, I guess. Like it doesn't tell us anything though. They failed him by, they never made training look difficult. They never made his drug addiction look like a problem. They never made his recovery seem like much of a struggle either. They made his relationship seem awful. And then they gave his girlfriend no redeeming qualities whatsoever in any way. And then at the end it goes, yeah, and then they got married and had a couple kids.
spoiler.
And you're like,
Jeez.
I mean, you can just look up his bio, but like, it's just, and then they got divorced like 6 years after that. So the whole time is like, this whole movie seemed to be mostly about domestic violence and disputes, a toxic relationship with a dude who happens to be a fighter. Like they made his actual career and his life. Like we didn't get a build of who he was before. We didn't get any kind. They also like have the match that they show him in last. You kind of get the feeling you're like, man, I guess he's done. And then in the end, he's like, he fought for another like 10 years. And like, well, fuck, doing what? Like, did he accomplish anything? Like, it just made it seem like he fucking did nothing and went nowhere. And it was so weird.
So they were better at telling the story than the story was being told.
Yes. Yeah. They made a movie that was a trailer.
Yeah.
You know, like they shot for the trailer and not for its story.
Funny enough, in comparison, because of the awards that are going out there, I was a huge Jamie Foxx fan as a kid, right, from In Living Color to his show and all that stuff, and I always enjoyed his music as well. So when he was doing Ray, I was like, I got to see this, and I was enthralled by his performance of Ray.
Yeah,
I thought the movie was dog shit. Like the whole movie of Ray it's almost 3 hours. It ends when he chooses to go cold turkey on his drug addiction. But you're going in watching a movie titled Ray, and you're like you just said, like you're watching a junkie. That's what you're watching. You're not really watching the evolution of this Ray Charles career that we thought we were going to get. As soon as he kicks the drug habit, all the hits that he made afterwards, you don't even see any of that develop. But the performance of the character is so captivating that the story, you kind of give it a pass because of the acting. Is that kind of what you're talking about?
Yes, except the acting
wasn't that great.
There's still nowhere to go. You know what I mean? Like at least with Ray, there was a story there. You see him struggling. You see him trying to get out. They made nothing look like a struggle. They didn't even make it look like it was tough for him training. They didn't even make it look like fucking training was hard. And then like I watched an interview with the director. He did Daily Show. And the only reason I would recommend watching it is because you got to see how dumb this guy is. He's young and accidentally did this. And then he tries to explain a thing where he's all like, we wanted to try and portray, and he explains what he wants to try and portray. And then when you watch the movie, you think that he's telling you that because like there's nuance to it. But it turns out, no, that was very fucking obvious, dude. If you think you veiled that message, then you didn't do it justice, right? Like they literally, he says in the interview that he goes, we wanted to kind of show this guy and like what he's dealing with outside of the fights and how he brings it with him into the fights and how he's got to try to not think about it. They literally show him losing a fight, and then it cut scenes to a whole bunch of shit going on from earlier in the movie, and then comes back, and you're like, that's not me insinuating that he's thinking those things. You just showed me what he's thinking. And if you thought you made a nuanced thing of him struggling in the fight and he can't get his head straight, you didn't do that in a nuanced way at all. It was almost like you zoomed in on his head and a fucking cartoon bubble shows up. And he could have fucking done a Saved by the Bell and been like, time out. This is what I'm thinking about right now. Like, it was pretty fucking obvious. So I think that director just really fucking flubbed it. And I think that everyone else did everything they could to make something out of what they were given. And I think that was the unfortunate bit, is it was a B-roll movie with premier acting, you know? That's not to say that like, hey, we know without a doubt that Gewurz is awful and not clever and not funny and thinks he's a genius. We know this from the way he's acted in interviews. We know this from his book that I've read. He is very full of himself and his ideas, and nothing he's done is of quality that you can tangibly say, this was fantastic that he wrote. The highest things he has are shitty fucking sitcoms that did not do well, right? We also know that this was a $7 production and that Rock loves Gewurz just because he probably can push him around. I don't know how much influence they had on what the final product was and everything they did in between, but it wouldn't surprise me to find out that they were so heavily involved that the whole movie fell to pieces because Gewurz doesn't know what he's doing and won't let the people who do know what they're doing do what they know how to do. You know what I mean? I've seen enough A24 films to go, this is an outlier. This isn't like other A24 films. This one looks like, it looked like someone doing a parody of an A24 film in a way, you know?
So Wikipedia doesn't have Gewurz attached to it at all, except for probably within the umbrella of production companies. But according to Wikipedia, it was directed, written, produced, and edited by Benny Safdie, who did Uncut Gems. So he had the full control, because part of why you're saying this is like, well, maybe there'll be a director's cut or maybe there'll be a producer's edition, but he is the entire umbrella. And I guess what that truly means was this was his vision and that's what he got. And he held it back from being what it should have been. Unless this was a director that maybe The Rock could kind of influence to put across the vision that he had for the story. I don't know. But it seems like
that's kind of what I'm trying to say, is that like
much control.
Yeah, that it is this Benny production of all things, and I'm trying to give him an out because Uncut Gems was genius, right?
Like, I didn't like it.
You didn't like it? I thought it was fantastically done.
I thought the acting performances were good, but the story didn't make sense. Maybe I got to watch it again, but the story, I was like, oh, okay. It left a lot to be desired, but. That's just me. I also saw it like 2 months after everybody said it was the most amazing thing of all time. So that could be part of it too.
Oh yeah, if you've just been hearing it's perfect all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I just went in there to see Adam Sandler do another cool thing, and it was so fucking good. It was really well put together, I thought. And like, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know how much sway these people had that didn't end up on credits, but we know that these people are always involved in these things this way. Is my point on it. They're like, benefit of the doubt, he could have been swayed or something, but it's really hard to say, like, where did this, I mean, I put the blame on him because that's whose name is on all of it.
Yeah. Was it shot well?
Yeah, it was shot like as if Saturday Night Live was shooting an A24 film trailer.
Gotcha.
You know, it has every single ridiculous dramatic shot.
Okay.
Or you have scenes where, like, even there were scenes where he's training and it showed him taking breaks a ton. And it didn't make it look like that was a problem. Like he would be like sort of on a bike and then it would show him laying down.
Because that's how hard it was. You said it didn't make it look hard. It showed you how hard it was.
Yeah,
He's
I
laying down.
guess.
What the fuck are you talking about? He's
Training so hard he had to take a break.
yeah, he took a lot. So I don't know. It was a huge disappointment as a movie, but it was a really cool performance to see, right? Like, and I know some people are talking shit about Dwayne's prosthetics and all that shit. I thought they were great. There was a lot of times where it was like you kind of do a double take because you hear the voice and he's doing kind of a voice, but kind of not. But there was a lot of times where you're kind of watching and it's kind of easy to not think that that's who it is. You know what I mean?
It's something that he needed too, because when you take a look back on it, who has The Rock played in every movie he's been in? You know, a version of The Rock doing a different thing. And to be as close to pro wrestling as he could be in this movie and then transform into something else, of course, is why he's probably getting a lot of praise. But that's a good thing, you know, that he was able to not just put on the performance, but actually escape who he is. He's so fucking recognizable. So being able to escape that in his performance, I mean, bravo, right? The prosthetics need to be there.
That's what I thought. I thought they did a great job with the prosthetics and all that.
That was the first thing I thought when I saw the trailer. I was like, okay, good. He's not going to be The Rock playing Mark Kerr. He's going to be Mark Kerr.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that was my big takeaway from it. Was it's a movie about nothing that had really good performances. Like I said, it was like someone trying to do their impression of A24. I don't know.
Have you finally watched all of The Peacemaker yet?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, they said it's not coming back.
I know. I'm so bummed about that. Because, you know.
I mean, they did say that it left enough for them to have more of this stuff in other further on in the universe.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm cool with that. Like, you don't need to focus on Peacemaker and everyone around him forever. We can keep growing this into other shows and have other focuses and just have crossovers. I'm okay with that. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah. It was like almost setting up for like a ghetto Avengers. I kind of liked that.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, it's called the Suicide Squad.
Well, no. Their new their little new like agency thing. That was really ghetto. Yeah, no, his Suicide Squad's not ghetto. That's just.
I mean, it was ghetto.
I haven't seen the Peacemaker season 2 yet, but I guess kind of what we just talked about, the Smashing Machine, that James Gunn now has his full control over the DCU. He gets to do whatever he wants. So if he's gonna, and he already had control of that before he got the movie. So if he's gonna integrate those characters into the movies, I wouldn't see why it wouldn't play the right way. You know.
Yeah. And I will say, even though there was only one tidy whitey for not that very long, actually, I enjoyed the whole season. I did. I enjoyed the first season too, but I really did enjoy the season. I'm not going to give any spoilers to anybody, but you know, I definitely enjoyed it. I actually want to watch him again in a row one day when I have nothing to do, but that's never.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought they did a good job.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but my heart hurts. So yeah, see, that's like with John Cena. That's like the one thing in his roles that, it sounds like John Cena, you know, but they're so good. He's such a great comedic actor. He's so, I fucking love it. Love it.
That was one of our takeaways from this too, though, is that we were kind of like, all right, The Rock's really putting in the work. He's pretty solid, but it was also kind of like, but Batista's probably the best wrestler turned actor, and John's right there next to him. Like once John gets a good, solid, fucking dramatic role, because he's had moments of dramatic in a lot of these ones that you go, okay, he's capable, but they just don't ever play it through all the way.
Wait, no, never mind. That's a Justin Timberlake movie. Never mind. I was going to say, wait, there was this one movie, but it was on Apple TV. But that's
you confused Justin Timberlake with John Cena?
I thought this one, because I was like, oh yeah, there's this one that was, I did just now.
It's unreal.
I thought he was, oddly enough, the one that like did it for me was Ricky Stenicki.
Oh, Ricky Stenicki's fucking
amazing.
He goes so far in the other direction.
Yeah.
or like Peacemaker to the higher level, and he has to go so fast and all the time, and delivers everything so believable. I'm like, this is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
And I watch it every once in a while. I'll just throw it on in the background, just because every time you look up at him, you're like, holy shit, he's acting his ass off right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cena's gonna.
You almost have to go back
really
to see if you remember it right.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
It's funny because from the Marine to like some of this shit, you're like, I almost feel like don't do action movies, dude. I mean, I know you're part of the Fast and the Furious franchise, and yes, I believe that he is fucking still alive. Thank you very much.
They all are.
No, but him in particular, because we thought he blew up.
Yeah, and we thought Han blew up, and we
thought he did.
Gal
And we
Gadot
thought
got
Giselle was
blown
dead.
up. Yeah, it's all they all get blown up and come back. It's crazy.
Yeah. I think.
It's crazy.
Well, technically,
The only one not coming back is Paul Walker. Okay?
Yeah, but
Brian can't come back. They just made another one though.
Yeah.
Dom has a baby. We'll name it Brian, and in 10 years he'll be fucking 18 in the movies. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they say it's the end. I thought it was coming out again this year, but no. So I have to wait now another fucking year almost. Let me get 2 wickets, but I didn't care for that. Okay, one thing before we go on here with wrestling, I have a bone to pick with fucking Ticketmaster. Okay, so Halloween Havoc. All right, there was a seat that I was waiting for it to go less. It was front row hard cam, but this time more toward the middle, one seat. And I kept looking at it and I was like, all right. Then someone bought it because the price of it was like $400. I was like, no, I'm waiting for it to go lower, but somebody bought it. And I'm like, so yesterday I had the turmoil of, well, there's second row hard cam. And I just need to pray that whoever's sitting in front of me is a midget or a child or a woman who's short, because I could see. So I said,
where my short king's at.
Yeah, where my shorties at? Never. I always get the tallest motherfucker in the room in front of me every time, every fucking time, every time. Jesus. So I was like, okay, well, let's just bite the bullet and get it. Shout out to Klarna for letting me pay it in 4 payments. Thank you very much. That's the smartest thing ever. Oh my God.
That's how we went and saw Paul McCartney last week.
Yeah. You didn't have to,
How was that?
How was Paul McCartney?
Fucking insane. I cried like 4 times, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I thought one song was going to get me. It turns out like a bunch of songs got me.
What's got you?
You know what the first one was? And it's so fucking crazy. It's not, because I thought it was going to be Blackbird or Let It Be, some of those deep, slower ones. But it wasn't. It was that one that starts off with in Across the Universe. Da, 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 falling, yes, I am falling. That one fucking got me. He's singing it, and I'm just all like falling to pieces. And I think part of it was when I went there, I've known a guy who's seen him a few times, and he was all like, yeah, he doesn't hit the notes like he used to. Because this guy's actually seen him. He saw him. He saw the Beatles play Shea Stadium. He's seen them, right? Yeah. He's been around a while, and he's seen it all. And he told me, he's all like, dude, he doesn't sound like he used to. Like, he can't hit the notes like he used to. And I'm listening to him and I go, it's richer than it used to be. It used to be, he used to hit that no, right? He can't go that high. So it just comes from his heart now in a different way, to where you hear this old aged raspy version of these songs by the guy who wrote it, who's lived it for 40 years, longer, 60.
Yeah,
and
60.
Yeah, and fucking I'm just listening to him and I'm like, these songs hit so much harder with that age behind it. So I mean, it was wild. If anyone gets the chance, go see him. Like it was insane. And yeah, I think that if he put out an album of him just re-singing now a bunch of those old hits and stuff, I would get that in a heartbeat. You know, because like every one of them was crazy. And I didn't realize, because I guess I've just never really looked into the history of it, and I don't know if he's done a lot of interviews where he talks about it, but I had never heard it and it didn't occur to me. Do you know what Blackbird is about?
Offhand, I don't know the song. because I didn't grow up on the Beatles. I'm sure I've heard it a million times. I just so offhand I don't know names of songs like that.
Gotcha.
I'll look
It's
it
a
up.
soft one. Blackbird singing in the dead of night.
Oh, that one. Yeah. He did that.
Yeah, that's his
Yeah.
song.
See, I don't even know the Beatles did that. I've heard that song a million times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take these broken wings and learn to fly. Like, it's what's fucking crazy is that like he wrote that in the 60s, like 64 or some shit.
You wrote that Mr.
No.
Mr. song?
Mr.
Isn't that there's a song from Mr. in the 80s?
I don't know who Mr. is, but if they sang Beatles covers, I wouldn't be shocked.
Right.
But so many people have sung Blackbird because it's just a song about a little bird with a broken wing or bad eyes and just overcoming that and taking that moment to become something more. He wrote it in London for the black people in the South in America during the Civil Rights War. Literally, Blackbird was them. And it did not occur to me that it was so racially motivated and so beautifully written that anyone who has any teenager listens to that and they connect with it because it supersedes all that and just goes into this level of all like, well, my anxiety, my angst, my poorness, whatever it is. I'm trans, anything could be your broken wing, right? But to realize he wrote it for the black people in the South to give them hope. It was like a song of hope that you're going to get out on the other side with any luck, right? It did not occur to me. And then now when I hear it, it's almost like a Billie Holiday song. Now you hear it and you just go like, fuck, how amazing, you know? But
I don't think I've ever cried at a concert.
All right, well, maybe you don't like things.
I do. I like things. God forbid.
No, not art. You cried because you saw Ricky's ass.
No, I did not. Oh my God, no. I was the one who said his butt looked flat in those trunks for whatever reason. And then motherfucker comes in like these, like they were dress pants that were like the equivalent of gray sweatpants. Because I thought they were sweatpants, but apparently they were not. It was when he was on the ground. But anyways.
He wrote that song that song came out when he was 26.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, 26 is a pretty emotionally evolved age, but it's just, it's, I guess that's where that artistic creativity comes in, where you can really tap into yourself and drive those metaphors. But that's awesome.
Yeah. I was blown away. Anyone who gets a chance to do it, but this isn't a Beatles podcast, so we can move on. But
well, I just remember now. I did cry at a show. Mm-hmm. It was the last time I ever saw NSYNC. No, I've never seen. I've seen Usher, but no, it was the last time I ever saw NSYNC.
Oh, that was gonna be my second guess. Second guess was gonna be NSYNC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did the last tour. They did the celebrity tour. We did the first 6 nights, and my friend and I were like, well, let's go see what they have. If they don't have anything good, then we won't go. And we ended up in the front row. So we were in like second, third, fifth, pretty much the whole tour, except for San Diego. We were in the shitters at that the sports arena. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, I can't go down like that. But yes, so we were vindicated. And I cried at the end because I'm like, this is it. They're not doing it anymore. Justin Timberlake. Yep. Ah! Yeah. So now they're gonna fucking tour, maybe again. But anyways, so Ticketmaster, fuck you. Because it's now $100 cheaper for my second row ticket. And literally it's been less than 7 or 8 hours.
Fuck. You already you bought it or you did not buy it?
They don't refund you.
They get a price match guarantee?
They don't. That's the shitty part. Someone's like, oh, just put it and relist it and resell it. And I'm like, no. Okay. I tried to sell my SmackDown ticket like on Friday. And because of course I bought it in the hopes of we're going to see John Cena on his retirement tour. Yes, because a lot of fucking great things happen to John Cena in San Jose. And I'm not talking about me grabbing him with 2 hands on a Raw. Not talking about that. so I think I was robbed, but now I'm not robbed because I get to see Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu.
Oh,
I
that's
say
gonna
that.
be good for Jacob.
Yeah, that's going to be a great win. That's going to be a good hometown thing. He's got a lot of hometown love. He's got well, I wonder if they'll have him on Monday, because Monday's Sacramento. Never know. They will have a shirt, I'm sure. Probably be in Sacramento Kings colors.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see for
We'll
sure.
see. But,
But,
yeah, so I'm excited about that. So I'm excited about seeing Cody Rhodes.
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Cody
Thank God Phil's
Rhodes.
not on. Fucking thank God Phil's not on SmackDown. Oh, but can I get a refund? I'm not paying for assholes here.
You tell me I was gonna have to sit through all this.
Yeah. It's like I have to sit through this bullshit and this hypocrisy. No, thank you.
No.
Yeah, no, not a happy camper with that. Yeah. So speaking of, they're also right now in Japan, and I guess they pulled Julia off the cards.
Really? That's interesting.
That is very interesting. I don't know why, but I saw that they had pulled her off the cards.
Obviously,
Obviously,
hurt, maybe.
I don't know, but they've got a lot of injuries going on over there. There's a lot of injuries
like
around everyone, because obviously Seth injured himself in the match with
Which
Cody.
I'm gonna be honest with you, fuck him. If he's actually injured, oh well. But I don't believe him.
Yeah.
After the last time, yeah, no,
we've been through this.
yeah.
I don't give a shit about his injuries anymore. If he's actually if he's actually injured, oh well, oh fucking well. I don't feel bad for you because that's the game, right? You want to pretend half the time and it's real half the time. Oh fucking well. But if he's not injured, then okay, you're doing it again. Like, it's just hard for me to give a fuck about him and his injuries when they think it's so brilliant to lie to their loved ones in public. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh well. I just don't care about it.
You're not that good. You're not that good. But yeah, no, and having the Brawnies turn on him.
Yeah, I see people speculating. I think they turned on him.
That it was only done because he was injured and all that shit. Like,
Yeah.
stop trying to peel back the curtain. They peel it back enough for us. This is the story they're telling. Yes, it looked like Seth got injured at Crown Jewel, or is that what we just watched? Crown Jewel.
Yeah, Crown Jewel.
Yeah. It looked like he got hurt doing a coast to coast.
Yeah.
And it was a cool move, and he landed wrong. If that's the case, then this is where the story's going. He's not going to pretend to injure himself for them to turn on him. Imagine that shit, right? Punk gets the number one contendership. So to avoid Punk again, he's going to pretend to be injured to pretend to have them turn on him and all that. Like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, why not?
Like you said, fuck him. You're out? All right, I'll see you when you get back.
Yeah. He needs to face that demon. It's not that scary. Will Brooks is not that scary. Okay? He is not. Sorry to burst everybody's bubble. He's not that good.
In my mind, that if it's absolutely believable that he would fake an injury to rush the story, to peel back the curtain, and to fucking blur it, but it just doesn't make me give a fuck. Right. Especially if it's another one of those, and it's kind of like, okay, so this guy just fucking fakes injuries every time he wants to get out of a story, or that's his whole thing is, am I injured? Am I not? I don't give a fuck, dude. I just want you to come out and perform and do what you do, and the rest of this shit is fucking noise, man. Like we said last time, fuck me for caring. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I just couldn't be less involved in whatever they're doing. And if they did rush, and here's the other deal. To me, it looked less like they're trying to do something because he's injured, and more like this whole shit with Paul Heyman's not working, so they're just trying to get out.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looked more like to me. Which also to me further bolsters the conception that he might be faking it. I think they just wanted out of this. Maybe he did fake an injury so they could have a reason to turn early. And I don't fucking know, but it looked a whole lot like, hey, it looked like a lot like when Cena turned back babyface. Like, okay, this isn't fucking working, so let's just move the fuck on.
Yeah.
But with that in mind, I did bring up a list.
Okay, Chris Jericho. Speaking of Chris
Here we go.
Jericho, while you're waiting for your list,
Yeah.
he announced the cruise next year.
Oh
in
yeah.
November. So it's a big controversy because none of the wrestlers, there is no AEW logo on the poster. There's nobody
no
who works
AEW talent.
no AEW talent. The way it looks like, it doesn't look like there's any like matches. People who wrestle, because some of the people who are on there, I'm like, you don't.
That's a good point too. I did not click that together, but you're right. There's no active wrestlers even on there, and they usually filmed an episode of Dynamite on there or Collision.
They didn't the last 2
depending on-
years. They did not.
I thought they did Collision. Oh, they just had matches. They were just matches for
Mhm.
match sake.
But we did see Ricky Stark's ass.
There you go again.
Well, no, one woman was shocked and she goes, "Holy shit." I go, "That's some of the fucking best peaches in goddamn fucking wrestling." You're welcome.
Yeah, that nectar.
Yep. Lot of
So,
nectar. Anyway,
looking at Heyman holding up the bronze, the bronze
the brown bronze.
hands, everyone's trying to pretend like, oh, look, this is their fucking golden ticket. This is it. Paul Heyman, he doesn't fuck around. I just want to let you guys know that Paul Heyman's managed more people than Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. All right.
Yeah.
We all know about the Dangerous Alliance. But after that, when he gets to WWE, Hardcore Holly, Test, Cesaro.
Oh, yeah.
Dudley Boys for a short little stint. They were going to do what they were going to do with or without him. Heidenreich. Curtis Axel. These are Paul Heyman guys. Ryback.
Yeah, I knew Ryback, yeah.
Big Show. Do we all remember the time that Paul Heyman was managing the Big Show?
Yeah.
No, because that was not that big of a part of his career.
It wasn't. It was like
it was
maybe
just a turn on Brock, and then that went away anyway. Yeah, it was nothing.
Right?
Yeah.
Rob Van Dam. And that's just it. With Dudley Boys and Rob Van Dam, with these ECW guys, they were already who they were when Paul got involved with them. Kurt Angle. Do we all remember Kurt Angle being a Paul Heyman guy? Because that was the biggest part of his career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because you're associated with Paul Heyman doesn't mean you're the next big thing, like you said for Brock, right? That's the feeling I got when I saw him with Bronson and Braun Breaker. There's a lot of potential for them. There was a lot of potential for all these guys. But it didn't feel like when he showed up with Roman for the first time and we all went, oh, fuck, this could change the Roman character.
And if you
know
want
what
to be technical, wasn't CM Punk a Paul Heyman guy? And that's part of what ran him out of WWE?
Yeah. I just didn't list CM Punk because he was notably a Paul Heyman guy. But yeah.
But it wasn't of success of that period of time.
No.
Right.
And there was a lot of speculation even on both sides that his association with Paul Heyman ultimately hurt him in creative.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I agree, because when you even look back at the Roman of it all, the shock value of it happening at first was massive. You could not fathom it, Roman and Paul Heyman together. Within 6 months, when the bloodline started to form, Paul Heyman was the least important part of that faction.
Yeah.
He was a good piece of glue for the storytelling, but the further and further it went, the less and less important he was. He was, yes, very important for the impetus, because there was no foresight for us of the bloodline. But when it came down to it and the bloodline was created, all that stuff with Sammy, all that stuff with Jay, all that stuff with Jimmy has nothing. Solo, all has nothing to do with Paul Heyman. So
that's true.
I get it.
None of that had anything to do with Paul.
Yeah. His genius is valued, but just standing next to him, no, it's not. It's not, because it's, when you look at it, right, Brock needed Paul Heyman to get over social anxiety while being this genetic freak. And he pushed through to those levels, and it worked. By the time Paul Heyman broke away and Brock was in his 40s and comfortable being in front of people, because he still says it now, he's so uncomfortable in front of people, but being comfortable to have that performance without Paul Heyman, so like Brock is a guy that needed that. Braun Breaker doesn't. Bronson Reed might, Braun Breaker doesn't. He did great things in NXT without anyone's help.
Mhm.
He got to the Intercontinental Championship believably on TV in storyline. Didn't need anyone's help. So I'm not really sure what this is going to do.
Yeah. This feels like a waste of Paul, and it feels like it's going to be Paul is going to suddenly be kicked out for some dumb reason, and then suddenly he's just going to be with Roman again, and they're just going to go back to what works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it feels like they're trying to undo some stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's the same shit over and over again, just like AEW and all that, which actually, since we're talking about Seth, apparently I didn't realize this, but apparently I guess Mox's contract is almost up.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's also interesting that he's doing an indie. He's doing Defy in November.
Has he never been associated with them before?
I don't think he might have done something, but he has not done an indie when he maybe did one or two, but they were like random.
He did GCW while signed. He did GCW while signed.
Yeah.
He did that.
Yeah. It was a random. Or I think maybe he did Bloodsport too. And Bloodsport.
Yeah, he was the fucking champion at GCW for a little while.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's not like it was once.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did that in Japan too.
Yeah.
Where he was the Intercontinental Champion. What indie was that?
Yeah, the NJPW one that he did.
Oh,
yeah.
The US title or whichever, I don't know, whatever stupid one. There's so many. But
Defy, that was Ricky's last appearance, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was.
So I can imagine Tony not being too fond of Defy.
Well, honestly, of course, every time Ricky did wrestle, he had to get permission. Obviously, the GCW thing just kind of, I think, he did ask, and then it was like, okay, and then nope, because the buzz was too much. So it's like, nope, can't have you succeed like that, dude. So that was really interesting. He did have a great match with Mike Santana last year for House of Glory. That was a really good match. And I would love, because he did pin Ricky last week, I would love it to see that kind of happen. I don't want to say title for title, because honestly, like I'm over that.
They
shit.
did the right thing. Stay away from title to title.
Yes, it's like, please don't do it again. Like, I get it, the Hardys, but they're the Hardys, so it's a little different. But either way, it's I think it's time we get that damn title for title off of everything. And I think it's great that we're also, we're seeing other things. Some people, so with Moxley, before I move on, I guess people are teasing the fact that he's coming back to WWE. I don't know. It's been rumor flying around.
I think it'd be good to bring him back, but I honestly don't see him doing it because he's so full of himself. I don't see him wanting to. You know what I mean?
No, and the fact that, even though, he's kind of like, I was supposed to get a break after, losing it to Phil and, blah, blah, blah. But no, he went full steam ahead. And it's like, the guy needs a fucking break. I need a break from him off the fucking TV, and I don't even watch that anymore as a primary. Or anything.
I mean, his whole book and all of his interviews after he left WWE was about how much he couldn't do whatever he wanted every time he ever wanted to, and that was the worst thing that could ever happen to him.
Yeah.
So he's at a place where he's able to do whatever the fuck he wants, no matter how bad it is. I can't imagine him giving that up just to see if he can make it work. And I could see him coming back for like a Hall of Fame thing. Hey, we're putting Dean Ambrose in with the Shield or some shit.
Yeah.
I could see that. But I don't see him coming back to work full time because he can't do whatever he wants to do all the time and say whatever he wants to say whenever he wants to.
Exactly.
Like he can now. I think that serves his ego on such a high level that it doesn't matter. Like it became so evident when he started doing stupid, hokey bullshit for AEW on the heels of saying he left WWE because of stupid, hokey bullshit. He said, you're doing the same thing. You're on a show with the same thing. The only difference is it's your stupid, dumb, hokey bullshit. It's your bad poop jokes. You know what I mean? Like, the problem
And
wasn't go ahead.
I think even, I know you guys wanted to talk about maybe some roster moves that happen as well.
Oh yeah, we're going to. Yeah.
I think part of what's evident, and all due respect to anyone not in WWE right now, regardless of who they are, there's no room. There's no room to bring back Chris Jericho. Because that rumor's out there. There's no room to bring back Dean Ambrose. There's no place for them. Yes, you can find a place, but that place sacrifices what we're already not getting from Jacob Fatu, what we're already not getting from Sheamus, what we're already not getting from Drew McIntyre, what we're already not getting from the Intercontinental Champion, right? Dom, right? Dom's the IC champ, right?
Yeah.
So how much more could we get out of these guys, right? Like AJ Styles and John Cena are leaving. John Cena's gone at the end of this year. That opens up one match every pay-per-view. AJ Styles is leaving at the end of next year. That doesn't even open up a roster spot because he barely wrestles as is. So, there's no room for these guys to come back and do anything of importance unless they want to take on a mentoring role and lift up Penta. And not that Penta needs that, but I'm saying, lift up Dom, lift up Braun Breaker, lift up Bronson Reed, lift up these other guys. We talked about it on, I believe it was episode 1. These guys in NXT that need to shit or get off the pot, they actually have to get off the pot because there's no room for them to shit, period. They can't go up to the main roster because there's no room. So why would a Dean Ambrose come back? There's no room. I was a Dean Ambrose fan when I came back into this. I thought he was one of my favorites to watch because he was the least predictable wrestler that I was going to watch a match of. How crazy is this going to be? His stuff with AJ was cool. His stuff with Seth was cool. I really enjoyed that shit. I would like to see him do that stuff again. That stuff doesn't exist in AEW, so I don't watch him there. But there's also no room for him to do that in WWE. So, yes, it'd be cool, but for what? And who else is going to get taken away? I mean, Escobar, you guys talked about it last week on episode 1. Didn't sign, re-signs, but then when you think about it, where's he going to go? What's he going to do?
Yeah, what's he going to do?
More than what he did last time? He didn't do anything last time. There was no room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that's the other part of the reason that, it's hard to even watch Raw live is it's the only one I can get, but fucking 45 minutes of it is crowd shots. You know what I mean? They're cutting out time to talk about celebrities sitting up front from these ones. You just talk about Julie has been taken off the Japan tour that's not even going to be televised. She's the U.S. champion. I don't think I've seen her since she won. I know she's on SmackDown, and that's part of the problem, but I haven't seen much of her come across my feeds at all since she's won. We could use more time with some of the fucking champions before we bring in somebody who we don't know if they want to be there. You know what I mean? I agree. I don't know where you go. But that does bring us into, we talked about it a few times, shit or get off the pot. There's a lot of names that came up recently, Amanda, and you wanted to talk about some of these releases and get our opinions on it.
Yeah.
I think I only heard about one off the top of my head, but I'm sure you'll list it and we'll talk about it when you get there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so it was more of a let's kind of clean out LFG and NXT at the same time, which is, it's very, very interesting. I mean, you saw there were some people that were obvious, I don't want to say duds, but, weren't doing that hot in there. One of them was the BJ. Hold on. Let me pull the list up. It's not on this page I was on. Give me a second. While I'm pulling this up, shout out to Konosuke Takeshita. He's now your new IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Yes, he dethroned my Zack Sabre Jr., but that's okay. He'll get it back. But it'll be cool to see Takeshita headline Wrestle Kingdom. So just want to put that out in the ether. Okay, just give me a second. Why can't I find it? I feel horrible.
You talked about it like you had this thing in mind that was
Okay,
gonna
here it
happen,
is.
and here
Sorry.
you are.
Sorry. I did. I know I did. And I'm slow. Okay, so here's who they had gotten rid of. Some of these are going to be those LFG people, but BJ Ray, and apparently people said he had a bad attitude backstage, so I guess it was a good riddance. Stevie
I don't know who
Turner,
he is.
yeah, Jin Tala, Drago Knox.
Stevie Turner, she was from NXT UK, was she not?
Stevie Turner, I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a long time to be down there. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Jamar Hampton, Hayes Jameson, Draco Knox. Here's a name and a family you'd know. So Lance Anoa'i. They finally.
Yeah, that was interesting to hear about.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I forgot that they signed him. How long has that contract been? I feel like they signed him like 2 or 3 years ago.
But he was injured for a majority of it. So, that's bad. But the biggest name of anybody, and this kind of shocked me, Wesley. The man who's going to be back to Desmond Xavier. I'm excited because I love the guy. I was totally excited to see him when I was in Florida and he was on the house show. It was like, oh my God. Yeah, I'm like, I know, right? So got to see him in NXT once. So that was kind of cool. But to be honest with you, like it almost was like, they're not going to move him up. Where's he going to go? So,
I mean, I literally said that just a couple weeks ago, right?
You did episode one?
I tuned back in and there he was, and I just went, why the fuck are we still doing this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I think he's incredible. And my whole stance was he should have been on the main roster 4.5 years ago. So for me to watch him doing the same exact shit in NXT he did 4.5 years ago, I don't know who's wasting whose time and money, but that relationship has to end. Move him up or kick him out because it just seemed unfair to both.
Yeah, I think the logical choice for where to go, and Zachary Wentz already put it out. There's always a seat at the treehouse for you, so it's pretty obvious like where they're going to go, and they're probably going to dominate tag team in the Indies. Again.
Well, that's the thing. Like once Wentz got kicked out of NXT over that bullshit, right? Because that was proven to be bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
That was going to make or break Wesley, and he did a great job in the beginning, and we all loved it.
Yeah.
And like Mar said, when that didn't just the first thought we all had was like, fuck it, put them with Ricochet, let them be a tag team, and it'll cancel out both their inabilities to really get over on the mic because they'd each have less time. So they'd be more cohesive and the energies would be the same and we would get to see something. And then you can tell stories after that, break them up, do all that shit. And that never came. And, okay, whatever. It's not our job to book, but you guys are right. Like once he got past North American champion, like there just was nothing left.
No.
There's just nothing left. And it had when the Rascals came into NXT and they did the whole thing, that also went nowhere. So it's his ability, it's their ability, and at this point, it's just over with. And of course, it's going to come up. He's going to go on to the Indies. He's going to do something crazy. They're going to go, how did WWE drop the ball? No. There's been, 5 years of him having a chance to really break through and show that he is worth that next level in WWE, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah, I think
that's it.
I think that they just don't know how to move these guys successfully to the main roster.
I don't know.
There's criticism.
I don't know because I mean, it's hard to say who's at fault with what, right? Because they brought DIY over and they're starting to get L reaction. You know what I mean? They got Murder City Machine Guns over and they get L reaction. People aren't clamoring and buying every shirt they ever fucking have or whatever. Maybe they are. Maybe they only have the one shirt so people buy it, right? But like, it's hard. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Like I think about it in terms of like in baseball, some of these guys, Soto was doing fucking crazy good games for every team. And then he goes to the Padres and you go, this is it. We're fucking doing it. And he was a dud for a whole year, did fucking nothing, and everyone was behind him. And then he moves on to the Yankees, and he's back to being a stud again. Moves on to the Mets, he's breaking records now that he wasn't even breaking then. Sometimes just there's no click. Sometimes it's just not working there. And I think that with some of these dudes, no matter what they put out, and as much as it might click with us at home, it's not clicking with whoever's in the office, right? Johnny Gargano has been really fucking lucky because he clicks with somebody in the back, regardless of the fact that he has not clicked with the TV or in studio, like in the arena. He's not clicking with a single fan for fucking 9 years.
Only in Cleveland.
He gets a scattering of applauses, just a small scattering. You're like, look at, he's over now. And you're like, what the fuck?
Only in Full Sail he gets Johnny Wrestling chance.
Yep.
That's it.
And they had him on that at this new NXT tour they've been like putting out there. Which my question is, why the fuck isn't it out in the West Coast? Because it like fucking stalls in the Midwest. But then the last dates that they put out are before Survivor Series, so maybe I think we're gonna get a morning NXT show. So my wallet is open already. I mean,
my wallet is ready.
My wallet is ready. Yeah. No,
but
but
I mean, but at some point, both sides have to realize, like, look, it's not that you're not skilled, it's not that you're not talented, it's not that you don't have fans. We just don't fucking want to do anything with you. So,
and they only
right, like at a certain point.
Yeah, they only got response because they were in Cleveland, and that's where Johnny Gargano's from. So they got that, and then they did a show in Detroit where Motor City Machine Guns and Ricky were a team. I think versus like Oba, and I don't remember who the other two were.
Yeah, I think that's, man. I guess I just hate where WWE is right now because I could say that the Motor City Machine Guns thing isn't working, but I don't know. It's not on TV. You know, they're still investing in the Street Profits. They're still investing in the Wyatt Six. Who did the Street Profits even wrestle? Was it Mello and Miz? No, it was
and then they just broke up.
Yeah, so like, and again, that's not even a tag team. So what are we doing with tag teams? But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the releases and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like, you know, I hate that terminology, but in wrestling, in the wrestling sphere, this truly is what it is. Like you have to perform and resonate. And if you don't, you don't. Like LA Knight's a perfect example, right? He goes into NXT, he fucking feels like the megastar he says he is. He goes to the main roster, gets saddled with Max Dupree, rises above it, fucking feels like the megastar he is, gets cooled all the way the fuck off, and people still want to seem to be a champion now. Like that's what it needs to be. Yeah. You know, and not everyone has that capability. And that's just where when you max out, and that's where you are.
Yeah. I think Motor City Machine Guns, because of how long they've been and how much I know that Alex Shelley really loves mentoring, you know, all the newbies. Like maybe they should have been part of NXT, you know, as those super veterans, because I mean, they've been everywhere, you know, they got their WWE title. So, I mean, you know, what else is like go down and, you know, help the kids. And I'm pretty sure they would both fucking love that. Probably don't want to live in fucking Orlando, but I don't blame him.
Yeah.
You know,
it's funny you said that, like the state of WWE kind of thing, because to me, it hasn't been this stale since like 2019, you know, since like right before the pandemic, right when they were really pushing Lacey Evans and Baron Corbin. Not that either one of them are trash or anything, but their stories were not working. And it was repetitive and it was stale. The Constable Corbin stuff was so fucking rough. You know, the amount of like criticism that WWE used to get about we're having the same matches every week. And every time I tune in, it's like you said, there's no more room, right? How many fatal four-ways and triple threats can we make just so we can get the one CM Punk match we want for the night, right? How many fucking rivalries does CM Punk and Seth Rollins have to be in just so that way the main event of every show has 4 or 5 people in it? Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like you add a Dean Ambrose to that. Now he's just part of a fatal 5-way, right? Yeah. Now we got LA Knight and Jay and Dean fuck, I don't like, it's so stale and it's so repetitive and it's so uninteresting. And it's weird because like the stories either take so fucking long that it's easy to check out, or they change so fast that it just makes you think they don't believe what they're doing is even working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then remember, they also have AAA and, you know, obviously Psycho Clown and what's his
Iguana?
face?
Oh,
No,
that's right.
his
Fucking
tag partner.
Ethan Page, right?
Yeah.
Ethan Page is wrestling a AAA dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very convoluted.
And they're so over. Those two acts, Psycho Clown, is it Psychosis, I think? Whoever his partner is, Psycho Clown. They're totally over with the fucking, you know, the Raw and the SmackDown crowd. Same with Mr. Iguana, right? But do we see them anymore? Not really. When's the next you know, Worlds Collide? You can't do that again. I'm assuming Worlds Collide is going to happen again in San Diego because hi, you're right there on the border. Makes sense to me. But you know,
what's funny is it almost feels like that before we used to talk about how there was a lot of stuff for hardcore fans and then a few things for casual fans, and the commentating, you'd be a little like, oh, well, they're over explaining it because of the new viewers and the casual viewers. It feels more than ever like this is strictly a casual fan thing. Like they don't expect you to tune in all the time. Like they really don't expect you to be able to even access half of their shows. They're like, hey, if somebody watches once a week or once a month, they'll like it because they'll know where we are. It takes us 6 months to get to one spot, right? Yeah. But like
the sickos, quote unquote.
And I feel like those people are so invested, they have to say everything's great. You know what I mean? Like I always like the people who say, like, well, in the arena they're cheering. Well, they spent $1,500 to be there.
Right? Yeah.
Why would you fucking have to like it?
Yeah. On top of buying like $30 beers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you gotta really kind of be into it. That's what AEW felt like the last time I went. It was like that. It was like, but we didn't pay $1 million to go, right? It just was like that's how the product was. And I think also too, we definitely need to get Booker away from things. He had his commentary to say about some of these releases. I know with Wesley, he was like, the kid's talented, you know, la la la. But I'm like, yeah, he is. But y'all didn't know what to do with him. And it's too little too late. You know?
Well, and he also couldn't give them anything to do with them. Right? No. Like that's the real problem, is that like sometimes it feels like we're seeing whatever those people come up with. Like it feels like WWE is filled right now with talent that walks up and says, what am I doing today, boss? Where you only have a few Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn's who walk in there saying, yo, so my character's going through this right now, and I know that their story is going this way. What if I go in there and because of my, you know what I mean? Like they are coming with ideas of character depth. Like they've never stopped thinking about their characters as a 30-year story. And I feel like a lot of this other talent just says, aye, Captain. And so it just is kind of whatever it is.
That's where I think Ricky will fail. Is you need to develop a character, not this fucking hothead of whatever with a great ass. I mean, that's fine and dandy.
That's part of his character.
Yeah, that's part of his character.
Look, that'll get you in the door, pal.
Not get you in the door, but no, that it's like you need to develop something, right? Trick Williams, don't know. He's just kind of a loudmouth, very brash, whatever. Does it work?
Right.
Yeah,
but it's not just that you need to develop it on screen. You need to develop it in your head.
Yeah.
Who is my character? And because even Sammy talked about it. There's things his characters would do, or that they would put in the script for him. This bullet points. Here's what your character's about to do, and he had to figure out justification for his character. That's why the conspiracy thing happened. He had a really bad creative thing handed to him, and so he goes, "So I'm going through a mental break." You know what I mean? Like that's how it happens. He gives it a reason and a purpose, and that's why it gets over, because it's deeper than what we're hearing word for word.
People
right?
want that. Yeah.
Ricky needs to figure out in his mind, and Wes Lee never did it. He needs to figure out in his mind who is his character and what is his justification for everything, and how is he changing every day, right? Because we all are. So how is my character changing because of this new creative, right? And can I present that? Like if all you say is okay and you choke it down, then you end up real unhappy with it, and you end up with some fucking Andrade shit.
Yeah. We're not going to talk about Andrade and all that stuff. That just makes me laugh. I'm like, what if Tony Khan said no? That would have been the fucking greatest.
Right. And he begged his way out of AEW to go be with Charlotte, and then he begs his way out of WWE to get the fuck away, not necessarily from her. And then he shows up. And I'd say when that video popped up of him and Omega, I was like, man,
I was giggling.
Two fishes in a small pond again. Like it's just, this roar, this massive roar for Andrade that could never exist in WWE because we need substance. Not necessarily saying from an Andrade fault, but no, those cheers didn't exist. That's why he was gone.
Yeah,
that's why he was looking for something else or refusing to answer phone calls or whatever the fuck he was doing. Because he couldn't get that from WWE fans because you have to earn it. Once we, Marsh and I have talked about this before offline. We may have said it on episode 1 too, but for me, what I see in WWE crowds, it's like stand-up comedians say, the first 15 seconds, they're on your side. The rest is up to you to get them where you want them to go. And that's what wrestling has always been. You listen to Austin and all that shit, right? It's if they're not reacting, that's on me. If they're not doing the thing, then if they're doing something I don't want them to do, I need to change their direction, right? You get the first 15 seconds. You get your entrance music. You get the immediate pop. After that, the rest is on you to continue or put them where you want them to. AEW, you show up and you got them the rest of the night, regardless of what you do, even if you're breaking someone's leg. It's I don't know, man. That's why these guys fucking leave, is because they don't want to put the work in to get them to react. Ricochet does 5 moves and a laugh on the microphone, and AEW fans are swallowing it like it's fucking their morning medicine. He did that shit in WWE too, and it got old quick because it didn't translate.
No, and they don't have in my opinion, they don't have the flippy shit is not their niche. Whereas AEW hired all the flippy shitters.
All the flippy shitters.
All the flippy shitters.
Yeah, Ricochet stood out in WWE in a way that gave him a lot more goodwill for a lot longer than he'll get in AEW, so he needs something, but
it's interesting. Speaking of Ricochet, Ricochet did say some great words about Wesley, and I was like, see, should have put them together. I book shit.
I think they're great together.
That would, the styles complement each other. And I know they faced each other before at I think at PWG, if I'm not mistaken, one of the first times that Desmond wrestled there, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, But I mean, it's just very frustrating to me. It just really is. This fan base is, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Horrible.
Did you see the Ridge Holland release too?
Yes, I did.
So I was arguing with someone.
Ridge Holland.
Yes.
Yeah, let's hear about that.
So I was arguing with someone on Twitter. Actually, I was just educating a child. Ridge Holland didn't get released. His contract ended, and they decided not to renew. That is not fired. That is not released. That is just agreeing that the contract is over. Ridge is salty because he's injured. But Ridge also said in his notice, WWE will continue to pay for my medical, but my guaranteed pay or salary, however you put it, will no longer exist starting this date, XYZ. And I couldn't even get through the whole thing before I heard Marsh in my head just saying, if you're making that kind of money and you can't save for past when it ends, that's a you problem. Because Ridge was like, I got a family of 5 and the money's not going to be coming in, but my medical's covered. Fucking good for you, man. Your medical's covered. You should have
That's
saved your
huge.
fucking money for a family of 5. Like, zero sympathy for your lack of economic integrity. Like, fix that shit on your own time. Your contract expired, and they don't want to. They're not even adding on the injury time to the end of it, right? Like, they're letting him out of this. The shit that people talk about all the time with these guys, these companies who add on the injury time to the end of contracts. That's why Phoenix showed up after Penta, right? Like,
Yeah.
But that
Jeff
was done
Hardy,
because,
all those injury clauses. WWE could do
because he
that.
was bitter. Because that's why, because you're dealing with a bitter fucking control freak with money.
Sure. But at this stage, you have a company that can hold this guy to this thing, and is like, you know what? We're not going to do that for you. We'll cover your medical. Good luck. Can't wait for you to get healthy. Best of luck in your future endeavors. But because he's not getting paid, people are, well, how could WWE release him? They didn't release him. They chose to end his contract.
Yeah.
Your contract's over. That's it.
He's been there for 6 years or 7,
Yeah.
and the biggest thing he did was go back to NXT.
Right.
Yeah.
The 2 biggest things people will ever talk about with his career there was blowing out both his knees at one time and nearly paralyzing a guy in an unfortunate accident. And I'm not saying I blame him for that. I'm just saying that's the notable thing that happened in his entire career. You can't change that, right?
Yeah.
Horrible accidents are kind of the marquee of what he never got past that. He couldn't do anything bigger than that. And so I can understand him just saying, like, hey, I don't know that we can do much more with this guy. Plus, we don't know how longer he's going to be out. Pay for his medical indefinitely until it's done. And then he can call us if he's fucking healthy and wants to give it a go. Or he can fucking go on and do whatever he wants.
He's lucky they're paying his medical.
Yes.
Because I'm like, shit, you know how much medical costs?
Yeah.
Right.
That to me is already huge. If that's not enough to help you,
then you're
that's a you problem.
You're a fucking asshole. That's what that means.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Tony Khan will pick you up. I'm sure.
Well, and it's like this idiot, and they might just be a child. I don't know. But I just asked him. I said, so if WWE offered a contract and Ridge said no, did Ridge release WWE from his services? Like, it's not a release. He just didn't get re-signed. This shit happens all the fucking time. And on everything, when they do it in AEW, they don't even fucking say anything.
No.
Right? Oh, no, we're just gonna leave them home and let their contract expire and not say shit, right? And then Ridge Holland would come out and say, I've been on the shelf for the last 5 months injured, and AEW just let my contract expire. What the fuck? No, WWE literally told Ridge, hey, man, we got you covered on your medical. We're not going to re-sign you.
Yeah.
Okay, boss, thank you. That's what you say. You say that, you shut the fuck up, and you save your money.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like a lot of people, that's the biggest criticism I think that a lot of people got from like a Phoenix and like Ricky. It was, well, you get paid to fucking stay at home, you know? Right. But it's like, yeah, that's not the point though, because it's like, you know, that being sidelined is taking literally with some of these guys years off of their fucking career, you know? Like if they're not like, I mean, I'm sure they're all working out and whatnot, but if they're not doing anything because, you know, it's all muscle.
Yeah, not everybody's going to wrestle till they're 50. You know?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, taking away moments in their prime. Yeah,
exactly.
They shouldn't do that at all.
Exactly.
But, yeah, for Ridge Holland to not be re-signed, I mean, to Marsha's point, you think about Big E, you think about blowing out both his legs at the same time, a subpar run with the Irish Brigade or whatever they were called, the Brawling Brutes. Like, yeah, it's just, you know, good luck, man. He was massive. I thought he was actually okay on the mic, but nothing materialized. We talked about it with everyone else. Like, okay.
Yeah. It's like nowadays, I think you really have to have, there's a certain it factor. And especially when you see people like a Jacob Fatu go to that main roster and immediately it's like, holy shit, this guy's great, you know? And because I'm pretty sure a lot of people who watch WWE didn't know who the fuck he was. Just see this
but he jumped off the screen as soon as you saw him.
Exactly.
Like even our familiarity with him, it's still was impressive when you see him on TV doing that thing, and you can touch it, you can feel it, that energy of him just being that special. That's why when we were talking about Ricky potentially signing with WWE, it's like, no, absolutely. Go to NXT, hone all that shit that's going to increase your it factor to where you can be at that next level. Because we've seen what happens with guys like Carmelo Hayes and, Johnny Gargano's and Andrade's. And, these guys, even Bobby Roode, didn't really get past his song once he left NXT, right? Like he didn't really do much on the main roster. They had to put him in a tag team with Dolph Ziggler to, see him more often. So like being able to harness your it factor, some people have it 100% plus a million, like Jacob. Some people have it and they need to hone it a little bit. And again, there's only so many spots for that. So, Ridge didn't quite have it. Wesley had it for a bit, but he has nothing to be ashamed of either. His WWE run was cool.
Yeah, it was great.
You look back on it, you can rewatch a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
And go, you know what? This was good.
I love that whole.
That's where it ends.
Yeah, that little engine that could kind of storyline that they used with him. I think it was great. Like, I mean, it was kind of like, yeah, you want to root for, the little guy, not because he's little, but the little guy.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the story with Javon too, because it's like you're rooting for this little guy, who I think once they get him really tuned in and honed in onto something, he's gonna have a very good career.
Did you see the match on TNA?
Yes, I'm so pissed about that.
They need a bigger ring.
They do.
They need like a 40 by 40 ring. They were doing it was one step and jumping out of the ring, one step jumping over to the ring. The space was just too small for them. What's the other guy's name from TNA?
Something Slater, Leon Slater.
Yeah. He was fucking talented too. But again, they're two guys who do very similar things that Wesley do. They're twice as tall. They're just as athletic, if not more so. I mean, yeah. So you're right, Amanda. It's the it factor because everyone can do everything now. We talked about it in episode 1, right? Like every match is a match. What is the story you're telling? What are you making me feel? And every wrestler can do everything now. Nothing is impossible. So I think
not every
the factor isn't there. Well, you know what I mean. Like there's
I know, but
whatever that type is, somebody does that already. And a million other people are trying to do the same thing right now. So if you don't pop off the page, it's just not going to exist.
Exactly. Now it's interesting that they're going to be wrestling the Hardys, the two of them as a tag team. Yeah, I can't wait to see that. Now, I really think that this Dark State bullshit. I'm like, you basically killed a very good match. Yeah, it was shitty because the ring is shitty, but you killed that. And I'm like, ugh, like really Dark State's only the two dudes that are the actual tag team. And you have Token White Guy and the other guy. And I'm like the mouthpiece. I'm like, I don't know what you're trying to do there, but
it wasn't good. Yeah. I watched some of the pay-per-view because I realized it was on. I think I caught it basically from there, or that was from the end of the Hardys match. Is when I caught it. The Dark State was tough.
I could not stand watching that fucking match. Not because I don't like Bully Ray. It's just you're selling all this shit, dude. Like here you have fucking Devon who fucking almost looks like he's gonna fucking die. And you're here no fucking selling. I hate you. It's like, fuck you, dude.
Well, I tell you this. When at the end of the match, when Bully Ray is fighting the Hardys by himself, and then he just leans against the table and gave up. Yep. I was like, you know what? That's poetic right there. This better be it. He better never wrestle again because that moment right there is a great way to say I can't do this anymore. Yeah. And lo and behold, they end up taking their boots off, and it was a cool moment. Yep. But I can't stand when wrestlers just keep coming back because like I just said with WWE, there's no room for these guys anymore. Like there just isn't. So like just stop. You know,
Yeah.
That was
Like-
kind of where I was going to go to with that. When you're like, there's just no room. It's like, yo, I wonder what it's going to look like. I was going to say this a little bit ago. I wonder what it's going to look like in 5-10 years, because you look at the top of the card. Someone pointed out that no one has ever been champion who was born past the 90s or late 90s, even. Like, it was like 80s, I think. Every single champion's always been fucking like 40 or 50 in the past 10 years. And at a certain point, you look at it and you kind of go like, there's no space, because CM Punk just won't fucking leave.
yeah,
You know, he's not even putting on great shit. He just won't fucking go. John Cena is taking up a lot of space right now. It says
Yeah, that
farewell,
way.
so let's give it to him. But he's taking a lot of space right now. Like, it's good that Ricky has this year specifically in NXT, because there's no space up there. I love LA Knight and I want him to be a champion and stuff. How many years does he have left? So he's really got to go hard now, right? But like, we don't have a ton of young, fresh talent when you tune in. Like we said, for the casual fans, you tune in. Oh, I know all these guys. They wrestled when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, Cody's like the youngest guy we got up there right now, and he's
Yeah.
fucking says he's not going to wrestle in 5 years. He's said that a couple times.
Yeah, he said it
LA
was.
LA Knight's 42, still hasn't had his shot.
Okay.
Cena and AJ are combined 96 years old. They're both 48, and had the best match of the year.
Yeah.
So, like, from Marsha's point, because when you
That's
said what's it
crazy.
going to look like in 5-10 years, right? In 5-10 years, we're going to have all new champions, right? People, like you said, who've never held the title before. But we're also going to not have what we just saw at Crown Jewel. We're not going to have this story-ridden matches that can take you on a ride. It's not going to exist anymore, because, like you said, Marsh, nobody's character is important enough to them to have callbacks to their entire career because these moments and feuds meant so much.
Yeah.
It's not going to be that way. They're not building that to exist right now. What's what do you see now could be the beginning of a blood feud later, right? Like, there's nothing that young that could be there.
No.
You know, are you going to do Raquel and Roxanne for the next 10 years?
No.
You know, like, and that's going to be the blood feud blow off? No. Like, JD and Finn? No, Finn's fucking like 43 years old. Like, it's just not, you know, like, so the quality of the storytelling is going to fall completely off over the next 5-10 years. The quality of the athleticism is going to go up and up and up and up, right? Athleticism doesn't go down as generations happen, but it doesn't mean the game's going to get any better. You know, look at the NBA, right?
Well,
it's my personal opinion, but like, you know, the game doesn't necessarily get better because the athletes do. You have to maintain some type of the essence of the game, and that's really being lost in WWE specifically, but, you know, the industry as a whole.
Yeah, but look at right now, if you look at who's producing back there and writing, they're old. So
See, I wouldn't even say that, because I was thinking about that earlier too.
Yeah.
When you know, you guys were bringing up, well, these guys don't go back and stick up for their characters.
Yeah.
When you listen to like what happened in that 96, 97, 98 era, specifically with the curtain call, right?
Yeah.
It was Vince and it was Bruce Pritchard, and the top guys would have the ability to say something to him. But now they have a writer's room as big as your house to fit all these people in. And I'm not saying it needs to be one guy, but to Marsha's point, it was everyone coming to the one guy. It wasn't a boardroom telling everyone else what it is. So having that input, and Stone Cold did it for himself, right? Vince, you keep cutting my mic off. You got to let me talk. Let me do my character. And that's where that came from.
yeah,
It has to be from within these guys and start there. Yes, Austin does give credit to some of the writers for putting in these, storylines to get them there. But you also have to stick up for yourself. Triple H did it when he was going to get given King of the Ring the second go around when he finally got it. I'm not going to wear that, right? He's not going to wear the crown, the robe, the scepter. So what do? He fucking trashed it and turned it as part of his heel scenario. Like, so those things need to happen. and they're not sticking up for themselves, so they're not going to have take that character with them 5-10 years from now. They're just not, Shit, Braun Breaker might be the only one with the fucking character right now.
Yeah, I don't see like a Solo Sokoa or Hikuleo down the line.
I think in 10 years Solo's going to be phenomenal. He's going to be a Roman type that I have a feeling that he's not anywhere near his potential and his ability. I think that he's going to break through at some point the way Roman did, where it was like 6 years of like, what are we doing? And then all of a sudden going, oh, all of that led to the ability to pivot to this. Like, I think Solo's going to be that type. I think, in like 10 years, less than 10 years. But I'm saying like in a 10 years time, everyone's going to be talking about fucking Solo, dude. Yeah. Did you see Solo?
Oh my God. Like, and then like tickets to like Mania,
Jacob.
$100,000 and it'll be on the moon.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we have
the new Saudi.
Guys
The moon is the new Saudi. Mark my word. So 10 years from now, when WrestleMania is on the moon and it costs for the 2 nights fucking $500,000 a seat for the front row. Green shirt guy, where were you in Perth?
Did we get the
didn't see him. Saw
did we get WrestleMania on the moon or an amusement park first? Which one comes first?
The moon. The moon. Because you know what? Amusement park, those things are like fucking dying off.
That's true.
Yeah.
I know they did. They had the chance and they fucked it up. Remember, we kept saying that when they had the
Orlando.
Orlando, with Paramount or Peacock, they part of Universal. Like, give us a fucking WWE ride. What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? The Rock is not in the Fast and Furious ride in LA. He has nothing to do with that. So, maybe he's bitter. Like, fuck Universal.
I do wonder too, though, because the way that the business is right now. I mean, everything I look at and listen to says that numbers are way down on every wrestling show in every company. Attendance is dwindling. That TKO does not give a fuck about WWE.
No,
they do give a fuck about making money. And if at one point they feel like that it's not going to be making them money to keep it, they'll sell it to anyone. And I think that there's no 0% that it doesn't end up owned by the Saudis. It could be an international product pretty quick.
That, or it'll be a Tony Khan production.
Hysterical.
I will say this. If it becomes a Tony Khan production, that will be the end of fucking wrestling as we know it. No offense.
I'd almost watch more if Tony Khan bought it just to see what he would fucking do with it. You know what I mean? Like,
of all these people that he fucking basically he fucking did wrong to. Oh yeah, they'd all. Yeah.
That's what I think would be so fascinating. Can you imagine him making everyone's dreams come true just because he owns the entity? Right. Look, Young Bucks, you're main eventing WrestleMania this year. Yeah. Hey, you're going to main event Monday Night Raw tonight, Orange Cassidy. You know what I mean? It would be the craziest, stupidest shit that they would think means something because they've removed everything that meant something about it. You know what I mean? The prestige would be gone. It'd be so fascinating.
It's like right now, this is where TKO doesn't give a fuck. So SmackDown right now, pretty much the hard cam floor, half of the hard cam section is still available.
Yeah.
And it's, I'm not paying $1,000 for what?
Yeah.
I ain't getting no fucking John Cena. Maybe, but no. And that's the second row. There's seats. You can go on the fucking ramp right now. There's seats on the ramp, like toward the back. Yeah. And, and it's unbelievable because those are going for, no one's going to pay $983. No. I don't need to
premium experience because you get close to wrestlers, not because they give you anything else. And there's no guarantee that those wrestlers are going to interact with you. Like I'm just saying that's why they price it up is because they make you believe that you're owed this interaction.
Yeah.
And then
I'm not
heaven
owed
forbid
anything.
you force that interaction, you're now disqualified from just watching the show. So it's such a bullshit. And you're right, Mars. Like TKO doesn't care about the essence of WWE. They care about its name, its property, and its ability to make money. So that's why they're going back to Vegas. That's why there's going to be a fucking WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. Like,
And that's why there'll be one on the moon.
yeah, and because where they can sell out is where they're going to go. And that's the thing. And I fucking called it, and I didn't think it would do it this way. But the merger with TKO, excuse me, WWE is going to rub off on UFC. UFC is going to rub off on WWE. But that rub off, UFC sells out every single week. They push their gates every single week. The prices go higher and higher and higher. Most of the time, there's an alteration to the card because someone gets injured, and they try to sell you on one or two, right? Like this guy or that guy, that's why you're watching. And that's what WWE has done. They're going to where they can sell out. Fucking somebody tried to shit on WWE going from the large stadium to the small stadium. The first thing out of Triple H's mouth when talking about the small stadium is that place had such a great relationship with UFC. So they had a handshake entry fee with that place. So it didn't cost them as much money to run in a different way. It's all about the numbers, not necessarily the fan experience. But I thought the Australia shows were actually done really well. Like, I love the staging. I thought, they did put enough into it to make it feel big. But it was about how can we squeeze as much out of Australia? Okay. Then they're going to go to wherever the fuck. Oh, San Diego, right? What'd they do? Let's put it in the baseball stadium. And then they just the prices for Cena's last match in DC. DC's 2 hours away from me. I went to a house show at that same stadium. Zero chance. It's like 5,000, 9,000 for front row.
Really?
The cheapest ticket was fucking $400 at the very.
I don't know if they went on sale today or it's pre-sale.
Yeah, the pre-sale sold out, and there was a 60,000 waiting list for the pre-sale. People really want to see Cena's last match. People don't want to go see WWE, right? Yeah. They want to see Cena's last match. And
I wanted to see one of Cena's.
It's a bummer, man, because they're just commercializing it now. If it does get sold off because it's not as profitable because they ran it into the fucking ground.
Yeah.
What would it look like if Triple H bought it and ran it with no handcuffs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because look. Yeah. Triple H has his medical emergency. Vince and I don't know if it was Bruce at the time, but Vince put his hands all over NXT. That's how we got 2.0, right? And then by the time Triple H came back, he was trying to recover it, but before 2.0 is when everybody loved NXT, right? That right before Gargano era NXT. As Undisputed Era was becoming something. Yeah. That's when people couldn't get enough of NXT. Who's the next guy that's going to come in and become champion? We're going from Sammy to Nakamura to Samoa Joe to Finn Balor to fucking, Bobby Roode comes in, and we're getting all of this pomp and circumstances, some of this, the most fun shit. What does it look like if Triple H pulls WWE? Because I, for one, don't think Triple H can walk away from the wrestling business.
No.
But is it a $5 billion buyout that gets Triple H to walk away from the wrestling business? Does he end up working for the Saudis because they buy it? I don't know. But I would like to see that happen if that was the case. But it's going to be up to TKO to run it into the ground, and they're
already doing a good job
by pulling it away from the fans.
Yeah, someone I was talking to who doesn't listen to or watch much wrestling, but pays attention to a lot of other sports and stuff, says that he had heard through a few of his things that WWE was the entity that TKO owns that's actually making money. So that's why they're squeezing it. That the UFC is not making as much as they were trying to say that it was making for a while there. But they're getting the most out of WWE, and that's why they're squeezing it so hard, because they're trying to offset all the other things that are just not doing as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, you constantly have all these UFC events. They're always sold out. It's not like, oh, they have tarp and they're hiding the attendance, right? No, they're all sold out. But I think because it's a big money thing, like with betting and, with gambling and, all that shit. Yeah, there's a lot invested in that, right? Because you can't fucking really gamble fucking predetermined, sports, that's why the fucking baseball thing back in the day, you know what I'm talking about? That scandal. Was it the Yankees?
Well, Houston cheated with the Tubs, but the gambling stuff was Pete Rose and then Otani recently, and that one Cleveland Guardian just got caught up in gambling too.
Yeah. No, but remember that how they rigged one of the World Series games and stuff? That controversy. I mean, it started with all,
Wasn't that Shoes Joe Jackson? Aren't you talking like fucking 100 years ago?
Yes. Yes, I am. Goddamn. Jesus.
Okay, that's where it all started.
That's where it all started, man. Fucking predetermined fucking sports. There you go. I'll die on that hill.
If it weren't for Shoeless Joe, we wouldn't be in this mess.
Yeah. Shoeless Joe is the creator of fucking scripted fucking sports. There you go. Yeah. I need a shirt like that. It's true. Yep. Someone prove me wrong. Please.
Didn't wrestling exist before he bet on baseball?
Yeah, well, I'm saying that he's the first one, because we're talking about when you had gone UFC. There's a lot of money involved because of the gambling too. So there's a lot invested, and a lot of people have lots of money invested. So that's why it sells out all the time. I think it's bullshit if you're trying to tell me that UFC doesn't make money, because they do. Maybe they lost a lot of money when Phil Brooks came around and did some other crazy things, but that's what happened. He got fucking bitch slapped the fucking first time he went there. Didn't even fucking last a minute, minute and a half. Go home.
I mean, it kind of makes me think more about what you're talking about, bringing in Jericho and Moxley and all that bullshit, and where's the room? And really, what I think about too is we just said, LA Knight doesn't have a whole lot of time left. He doesn't have 20 years to make this work.
No.
In my mind, I think it's one of the things that frustrates me a lot by just constantly seeing Seth and Punk. I've been watching Seth for 20 years now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fucking give it a break, dude.
Yeah.
There's I don't know who he's trying to be or he's trying to impress, because at a certain point, he's always there in such a way where it's all like you said, if Moxley comes in, he's going to take up that spot, and all I see is LA Knight not being allowed a chance. Yeah. Because we already have these ones who are already established. We already have these ones who are already in the Hall of Fame and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Some of these dudes just need to fucking let the industry grow. You know what I mean?
Phil got his fucking shit. Okay? He got his fucking belt. He got his WrestleMania moment. Yes. He had to fucking do Saudi. Probably, and he's gonna have to do it again. But there's so many other things that people want to see. I'm sorry that, the same shirt is recycled over and over again. You can only do the fucking Chicago Stars so many ways. I mean, it's ridiculous. When you're fucking one of his best-selling shirts you regurgitated from the fucking pipe bomb era. Come on now. Come on. I will say this. I will only give a nod and give much respect to the ones that got the shirt from that Money in the Bank, because it had the date on it and the location. These other ones, I'm like, did you buy that at Hot Topic? Yeah. No. No. They just need to rotate a little bit more, because I'm fucking sick that it's now fucking, what is it, Jey Uso and Phil, and then fucking LA Knight gets thrown in there and it's like an afterthought. Well,
that's the thing. It's, go ahead, regurgitate it. There's 3 of them, so now have 3 different outcomes, and create a story and have it show something. and move forward and make me want to watch next week. But for CM Punk to win again, it's like, well, what the fuck are we doing? Where's his adversity? Again, it was my Cody problem of before, right? Where's Cody's adversity? He's not fucking losing, so why do I care? Yeah. Show me the build. Show me the build. Show me the build. And it's just not happening. And the one who's going through all of it, still getting fucked over all the time, is LA Knight. You know, he's the only one to not get there. And even when he loses out on his opportunity, he's still put in position to just be looked a fool as opposed to get a chance to overcome it. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah. Cheers, Justin. Hero was in the chat earlier. I didn't have the chat open. That was my bad. That was my bad. But this is a great topic right now. So, hey, you should shoot Justin a fucking link.
There's no way. We're wrapping this up.
Oh, we are.
We're hour 50 in.
Fucking,
you know. And we talked about everything we said we were going to talk about. Yeah.
I know. It's a school night. Yeah, no, all I have tomorrow is I have to go to fucking a meeting at SFO. That's all I, well, no, I have to work, but no, but, you know, it's really interesting to see what that landscape is going to be. Right now, like I look at NXT and I think, how come they haven't gotten rid of fucking Andre Chase? Yeah, fucking Tony D'Angelo.
Well, again, Tony's one that they should move up and give a chance. He proved himself. You know?
But where's he gonna go?
Well, that's the thing. That's where giving an opportunity allows you to see, okay, is it Drew McIntyre that needs to go or Damian Priest that needs to go, because we have someone 10 years younger that can give us, you know, a chance at 10 more years of stories. And I don't want either Drew McIntyre or Damian Priest to go, but again, what are they doing? Right? Yeah. Like what are we looking at? What is happening? So I don't know.
Drew's entertaining.
The rosters are crowded for sure.
Yeah. Drew's entertaining. Damian Priest, I don't know. I've always thought he was stale, but that's just me. But
I mean, I just think a lot of it is stale, and you just need to let this thing breathe a little bit, give it a little bit more something, anything. But this whole like same shit every week is kind of it's not it.
It's very interesting to see also that these NXT shows. One of the nights they had Omos versus Obafemi. That was kind of groovy.
Oh yeah, I saw they teased that. I don't know if the match happened or not, but
yeah, I don't know, but I would be in for it. And you know what's funny? Okay, I fucking got fucking bamboozled. Speaking of Obafemi, someone had on X a video of him from college, and he's speaking. I'm like, you fucking totally Apollo Crews this. What the fuck? That and Kofi. Ah, you motherfuckers.
Yeah, that was the video I was telling you I knew I'd seen somewhere.
See,
but the thing about it that gets me though is it's still so hard to know. I'd like to hear from him in an honest capacity, which I don't think we can really get in general. But I don't know which one he's playing up, right? Was he trying to debut without a thick accent because he thought it would hurt him? So he was trying his hardest to sound Hollywood? Or is that what he sounds like? Because the thing that just doesn't add up to me is he lived in Nigeria until college. So far as I can tell from everything that I've read and seen, and even he says in that thing, I came out here to do college. So you didn't have an accent in college? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't know where the reality lies there, but either way, it comes off weird.
I don't know. I don't know. Now I don't trust any of these ones.
It fits to ham up the accent for a character.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Specifically because it stands out from American speak, right? Like you said, Hollywood. So you can lean into that. But yes, if it's and Apollo Crews did great at it because he's letting us know.
Yeah.
He is speaking in the accent of his grandfather. Like this is the true person I should be, right? So he's literally like, so I always thought that was done well. But like, yeah, if you have to be Kofi and it's not part of your accent at all, and you're really trying to push through to be Jamaican, like you don't feel that authenticity. So I hear you. It's somewhere. It helps for the character, and as he gets older in the business, he can do less and less and less of that. You know, he can be more natural speak because he's now growing through the evolution of the business and just becoming himself.
Yeah. But you know, there's some times where it's appropriate, you know, and like not appropriate. But you know, I don't know. That's just me. I'm at least glad right now that they're actually pushing Miro a little. Rusev, sorry.
I'm all right with what he's up to.
Yeah, I'm totally all right with it. I love it. I love it. Kind of brought a little bit of the Redeemer to Miro. Not Miro to Rusev. I like that. I really kind of like that. Good to know that he's back.
That I'm blown away by it, but
I mean, it
needs a little bit more juice, but it
does. It does. I'm not saying get Lana in a tank, but if you need to, you might have to.
They still have that. They still have Shotzi's tank.
I know. I was going to say they have Shotzi's tank. They ain't going to give that shit back.
Yeah, put him in that. Good to go.
Yeah. So Hood Slam, speaking of Shotzi, real quick here, is doing something interesting. So I need to find out more about this, but apparently Hood Slam is no longer. It's been wiped off the face of the earth.
Didn't Warrior Wrestling also disappear completely too?
Yes, Warrior Wrestling did. But with Hood Slam, it is interesting because they've been running for so long. But yeah, Warrior Wrestling totally did. And you know why I think Warrior Wrestling ended up dying? It's an AEW casualty.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
I think AEW priced them out.
So amazing.
Yeah. And I think the AEW stopped letting him use talent, and the talent they could get were asking for so much money they couldn't afford to keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. There's too much ego out there. Way too much ego. You got to be humble. Okay. And I think that so reports are going out about Ricky has been staying and signing and taking pictures for everyone at these shows. And it's a good thing because AEW Ricky would not do that. Would absolutely not. So I think he realizes it's like you need to be fucking stay humble, you know, because it could all go away. All of it, no matter who you know. Because even if you know people, you know, they're not going to help you. They got to worry about themselves. But, you know. Yeah. So, interesting things on the landscape. Kota Ibushi, I think he just needs to retire from wrestling. His ankles, now his femur snapped.
Oh.
God, this guy he's going to be out for at least 2 years. Yeah, no Kota. No, he'll probably look the same because, you know, Asian don't raisin. But it's kind of sad.
That was the Josh Alexander spot, right?
Yeah.
Whose fault was it?
Josh Alexander.
Okay. Was he supposed to catch him, or because it was on the top rope? So
it was on the top rope, and I think how it kind of happened when he threw him kind of over, it was awkward, so he landed awkward. Yeah, but not like when what's his face from Top Flight broke his leg and it was sticking out on the ladder. It wasn't like that or anything like that. No, it just was kind of it was awkward. But it's like you knew something was up with it. And apparently, I guess JC Jane might be injured too. Yeah. A lot of people, a lot of injuries.
I'm curious. I just had when I saw the clip, I got bummed out, of course, because you know Ibushi's talented or whatever.
Yeah.
But the selfish thing that I thought of was like Josh Alexander was the hottest free agent in wrestling, right? When he left TNA, he was the hottest free agent in wrestling.
Shit with him.
And this is what he is now.
Yep.
Right? Like, I don't know what he would be in NXT right now, you know? I don't know what he would be if he made it to the main roster in WWE. I don't know, because he has to have his own charisma that I don't necessarily think is innate in him, because he seems to be in AEW as a lost puppy as opposed to the star that he was in TNA. And that's a fucking shame. You know, and now he's in position to botch with legends, if you will. Like, he's trying to build himself to be Ibushi. You know, you would think, right? A name like Ibushi is globally recognized. Why wouldn't Josh Alexander want to be on that level? And this is the position that they're in. Like, the two of them, to be honest. That's why I think just AEW as a whole, and I haven't said it on this episode yet, but like, AEW sucks, and this is why. You know, like, they put these guys in these positions and they don't find a way to prevent shit like this. Yes, people get injured. Seth supposedly just got injured again, right? People are injured all the time in WWE. Not like this, right?
Remember,
not in this abundance and not this severe. Like, it's
it's coming around again, because remember episode 1, Marsh, when we were saying that every week AEW had another injury. It was like, you know how there's the calendar of, you know, days without an injury. Yeah, they're like 7, and then nope. Back to
yeah, I mean, it's pretty consistent. But that's also, I mean, that's an indie wrestling issue, right? That's people trying to cater to Dave Meltzer. They want star ratings. Dave Meltzer has always liked dangerous, chaotic, unsafe things. You can go back into the 90s and see him in talking really highly of really dangerous and unsafe styles. And then he'll try to backtrack a little bit and be like, oh, I hope they don't get hurt. But at the same time, he's like, yeah, jumping off the cage was the greatest thing that I've ever seen. Right.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to cater to him, and he likes an unsafe style. So they end up there's no safe way to do a lot of the crazy shit that he does, that he wants them to do, and they do it.
Watching him at a fucking PWG show with all that flippy shit going on, fucking Boner City over there. I'm like, I don't like sitting near Uncle Dave. I did once. He was very amused by me. I'm like, bring a lot of passion. I do. But no, and I was going to say Josh Alexander would be feuding with fucking Ethan Page, because we're not going to get the North again, even though they're a fucking great tag team. But those two would be feuding each other. Yeah. Like, I'm a better Canadian. No, I'm a better Canadian. That whole thing. Yeah. And then you're going to get someone from fucking, from like Mexico come in and take the belt. Like, yeah, Mexico's part of North America, motherfuckers.
Right.
I rule now, you know? Yeah. But I mean, still, like, it's really sad. There's a lot of people over at AEW really sad. But it kills me because Kota Ibushi had a fucking, oh my God. That was probably one of the best fucking Joey Janela matches I've ever seen at Spring Break LA, when it was him versus Ibushi. Jesus Christ. I never thought Joey Janela could hang like that. And I didn't know fucking Ibushi could, you know, do some of that, you know, the chair shit and all this other stuff, you know, all these different elements. And then something kind of simple sidelining him for maybe his career. Because he's not a spring chicken.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, Big E came out on the Stephanie's show and said kind of flippantly that he's never wrestling again. And, you know, he didn't quite get the announcement, but you think about it. And I'm sure that, you know, the scare that he went through and being able to look back on his career and saying, you know what, it wasn't not fucking half bad for a dude who didn't intend to do this from the get-go.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, he was never his goal. It was never his passion. It became a passion as he went. But he started out, you know, definitely wanting to play football. I mean, you look at even like his heroes in wrestling, and it's fucking Goldberg. You know, he was drawn in by the excitement and the bigness of it, right? So it's like, doesn't take I mean, that was a bad one, but it doesn't take too many injuries for some of these guys to look back at their career and say, what am I risking at this point versus what have I already done, right?
Exactly. And it's just kind of sad, but you know, it happens. I personally, like, now when I look at some of these ones, it's like, okay, you're wrestling while you have an injury, and even it might seem slight, but some of these guys, it's a ticking time bomb, because they're going to get even worse, like fucking Ocean Spray. He brought it on himself. He was already he shouldn't have been wrestling, but he had to, because it was in the good old the UK. Whenever
Daniel Bryan too. I mean,
yeah.
anytime I ever end up turning on AEW, Daniel Bryan's on commentary or on a microphone. He's not having the ability to wrestle. So like, some of these guys got to protect themselves, but. Again, part of why I wanted a lot of these indie guys to just run it through WWE. It's not. I don't care if it's WWE style, right? Like I just want wrestlers to know how to wrestle with each other, right?
Yeah.
Like that's, in my opinion, that's the WWE style. Like we learn to take care of each other. Not I'm gonna do my spot, and this is how I want you to catch me, and then you do your spot, and then this is how I'm gonna catch you. No, they learn how to dance together, and that's a good thing. Like, and it's like being able to perform what is known as wrestling. Like that's what they all should learn. That's what they all should do. And all of these guys say that they've been trained to do this or trained to do that. And none of them seem to hold to that training because they want to find their aha moment or their YouTube clip that's going to make them a star,
Yeah. And get their 5 stars.
Yeah. And unfortunately, like we've talked about before on episode 1, Shawn Michaels NXT doesn't necessarily seem like it's gearing up for that either, though. I mean, they wrestle pretty safe. It's just not interesting. Yeah,
it's horrible. This is the worst NXT's ever been. It's brutal. It's hard to watch. It's impossible to get all the way through. And the only thing that's cool about it is that Ricky's their champ, and so that gives you hope for the future of Ricky. And I like him, and I hope that he does more shit, but not enough to where I'm going to watch him play with a whole bunch of fucking people who don't know what the hell they're doing and are trying to do their best Shawn Michaels impression to impress the guy, and it's work. You know what I mean? Like, that's the embarrassing thing about Shawn Michaels and his ego is that shit works.
Right.
The more they say that he's their hero and the more they say, look at how I tried to sell like you, the more it actually works. And he just favors them forever.
Yeah.
And it's all like, dude, give your fucking ego a rest. Like, try to just help these people become actually good performers.
Yeah.
Could you have had your career if everyone wrestled like these guys wrestled?
Right.
Would Shawn Michaels exist if everyone wrestled like Shawn Michaels? Like, what the fuck?
Well, I will say this, the pay-per-view product or PLE product of NXT right now is a lot better than the shows.
That's true.
I will say that.
It's
not because, like it just has been.
They do a good job of making it feel big.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'll say, because I'll check back in on a PLE. Specifically if it's the weekend and I don't know what's up, but
it's free this time because it's on Peacock.
Yeah, it's true. It's
the
already
NXT ones.
You can see me second row hard cam.
We were pointing at you.
Yeah, you'll see me.
I was telling. I was like, look, there's Amanda. There's Amanda.
There's
Amanda.
this
Look,
one
right through the turnbuckle. You can see her face right there.
Yeah, my face is right there. There were a lot of times in that match Ricky could not look at me, and I know like why he could not look at me because
he's wrestling, Amanda. It's not about you.
No, because there's a couple of times where I'm like I think like right after he got the belt, like he could not look at me because I was the mess. I was a mess. Yes, I was a mess. It was bad. I was a mess before the fucking match even started. I was like, I can't. I taped it. I'm talking to the camera on like my phone. I'm like, I can't do this. I'm already emotional and nothing has happened. I'm like, what the fuck? I did a shot of fucking tequila before the show started. I don't fucking drink at these things because, I know myself.
You just start grabbing butts.
Exactly. And oh, yes, by the way, shout out to Shawn Michaels. He's a fucking dirty old man. He fucking was filming from NXT or somebody was filming Ricky doing like some kind of fucking, I don't know what that was, but he was doing pull-ups. That's all you saw was his butt move. Yeah, that caused quite a stir on Twitter. And I was just kind of like, okay, Shawn Michaels. Interesting. Interesting.
All right. Well, he likes butts. What are you going to do?
Oh, well, butts, if he likes butts, hey, great. There you go. And anyways, so, Bishop, where can we find you? We know. Well, we know.
Me?
But no one knows.
Podcast on Twitter. TVTakesPodcast.com for all audio platforms. You know, I am Mr. Sporadic when it comes to podcasts, but it's around. You know, my terrible wrestling takes, they exist. I got to do one for Crown Jewel just because the AJ Cena match really deserves my terrible wrestling takes comments on it.
Yeah, I think so.
You know,
so.
So I'll be putting something out very, very soon. But just stay tuned at TV Takes Podcast, and anything I do will be there. Just on X, Twitter, whatever. TV Takes Podcast.
There you go. Yeah, and I will say this: I thought that John Cena. I don't know if you felt this, Bishop, but I felt that was probably the best crowd seeing Cena.
Yeah.
This whole retirement run.
Yeah. They gave him grace. The spot for me, of course, as you guys know, the Bray Wyatt spot.
I love that spot. That was great.
It's fucking me up right now.
Yeah. I cried.
Big time. I couldn't stop. It started just when, as soon as he grabbed him, I got a lump in my throat and I started to well up, and then he did the whole thing, but then the crowd brings out the fireflies and you get the essence. And then when Cena and Styles moved on, the crowd moved on.
Yeah.
And that's something that just doesn't happen with any fucking wrestling crowds. Like, you're absolutely correct. This was the perfect crowd for this match because, you know, they chanted the 619 because they wanted a Rey Mysterio connection in the match, and they go to, like, you know, pretend to do it because it wasn't part of the match that they scripted. It was a really playful thing, but the whole match itself, you're absolutely correct. They did their part for this match, and then they allowed the two of them to tell the story, and it was awesome. It's like truly one of the best matches of all time. That's recency bias, but it's literally best match of the year, and it's not even fucking close.
Yeah, and the crowd helps it with that too.
Yeah,
because this was like an amazing. That crowd was so amazing for that match.
They played their part. They didn't take over.
Exactly.
And it was impossible for anything else to be as good as it. Yeah, it was so good. The crowd was awesome.
Yeah. And you know what was shocking to me, because I didn't notice it at first, but I was like, damn, they gave them a fucking shirt, a yellow shirt. Good on WWE. No, everyone bought a Cena shirt and was pretty much wearing it. And I was so blown away. I was like, whoa, that's insane. Because like no other fucking non-US crowd gave that to Cena. Yeah. Not even any US crowd gave it to him.
Great. It was great. And it's cool because for 20 fucking years, Cena had to listen to the crowd, and he had to justify it. Hey, because he said with I think it was against Kevin Owens or someone else. Like, when they're chanting, "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks," 100% of that chant is for me, right? It's your job to get 50%. It's let's go Cena, fight Owens, fight, right? Like, it had to bother him. The Cena sucks for so many years. You know, he's truly putting. And now he's getting it back. And that's the coolest part to me, is that people are really just sitting back and watching this and thanking him for it. So
yeah. See, that's what kills me. It always killed me about Cena. And they're like, oh, you know, it's 5 moves of doom. Everybody has fucking 5 moves of doom.
And he's doing such great work right now. And there's only 4 appearances left. Then I believe it's 2 Raws, Survivor Series, and then the final match in December. So
at the Saturday night's main event. Yeah.
So TV Takes Podcast on all platforms, specifically Twitter. That's where I communicate, and then TVTakesPodcast.com.
Yeah, it'll be great to hear Bishop talk about that match, because it was just that fucking good. So, Marsh, where can we find you?
I'm not anywhere now. It's off season. Season's over.
Oh, sorry. No. Okay. No. My baseball season didn't even begin. Yeah. Next year's going to be even worse, because their road jerseys are now going to say Sacramento, and I think that's bullshit, but whatever.
That's funny.
Can't
wait for the new City Connect jerseys for Padres. I did not like that mint and pink.
That just sounds weird.
I know.
That's almost like
when I heard them describe it that way, I was like, ugh.
That sounds like the Friar went on a date to like Baskin Robbins. Yeah, that's what it kind of sounds like to me.
He went on spring break in Miami and came back with a little.
Yeah. But even then, it's like, or he rolled around in like fucking zoo cotton candy or circus cotton candy, you know, whatever. Hopefully that they'll do the brown for Cena in the shirts.
Yeah, I want brown and yellow for Cena.
Yeah, they better have the brown and yellow. I'm tired of the fucking red, white. Fucking, that's going to be his last shirt is red, white, and fucking blue. Piss off. Piss off with that. Anywho's. So, I'm Ms. Amanda Jane at Ms. Amanda Jane. Birthday, Saturday. Contribute. That'd be cool. Yes, you would be supporting. Now, God forbid after this fucking $100 I lost Ticketmaster. God forbid Ricky releases a new shirt. God forbid. Then that means I got to buy fucking 2. Ugh. Third world problems. So, guys, thank you once again for bearing with us on another episode 1. And happy birthday to Marv, as usual, because it happens every day is his birthday. Duh. I didn't understand that concept earlier, but that's okay. So, guys, we will see you around. That's last call.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Producer Lady here. Thanks for tuning in. Continue to support and buy us a drink by putting the I in subscribe and reviewing our podcast. And cheers.
I would never have a